This stream from Deathwing UA is a Rust stream. Notice on the screen here it says drops on 24/7. Do not click any links from DMs. Only claim drops from your Twitch inventory, playlist, Skypad, and socials as commands. Deathwing UA, somebody that has 60,000 followers and is I guess relatively well-known Rust streamer, along with countless other Rust streamers, including Trozzy, who is listing this here, saying that players/generic drops on watching my videos with chat. He's not actually here watching his videos with chat. He's completely AFK. 24/7 drops captain 24/7, 24/7 captain drops. The majority of the content that is shown across the top of this, I guess, leaderboard, if you want to talk about it like a popularity contest, the people here, with the exception of H-June, that are in the top of this category, for the most part, are AFK. Like this guy, Hutnick. Done for today, 24/7 player generic drops. Don't click on any random links. Drops, issues, and song as commands. Now, what's the issue with this? Well, it comes down to a very, very simple one. Advertisers don't want to pay ad revenue to content creators that aren't actually here creating content. Because if the content creator isn't actually here creating content, the audience isn't actually here to watch. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Onepeg. So I've made a video about this categorical issue in the past already. A while back, I ended up making a video about embedded streams as well as AFK view farming, like what drop streams provide. And for those that are unfamiliar with what drop streams are and how they work, if you go and click on this little treasure chest icon in the upper right-hand corner of your Twitch, like view screen, whatever, there's this little chest. If you click on this, you can see that there's stuff that you are eligible for in your notifications. If you click on any of these, it will take you to your drops inventory. This drops inventory can then be viewed where you can look at all campaigns and see every opportunity for drops that exists across all of the different gaming categories and whatnot that exist across all of that of Twitch. So if we click on Rust, for instance, we have Blueprint, who has a special bow for the Trust in Rust 5 as part of his drops that he was given because he won Twitch Rivals most recently. And then you have other drop streams that are coming up for like H-Jude, the Trust in Rust Captain stuff, the players stuff. There's all kinds of different stuff that you can get via drops. And this is across a wide variety of games. For those of you that know me or know my content, you know that I've been a perennial Tarkov streamer going on 6 years. In about 2 weeks now, I'll have been a full-time content creator for 5 of those. There is an awful lot of viewership to be gained and retained by drops. The problem is for longer duration campaigns, you have what I showed you at the beginning of this video, where an awful lot of content creators will just leave their streams up and fuck off. They just go to bed, they leave up VOD content, they don't mark it as a rerun, except for some stuff on the screen, and they say that they're not around. Now, in the midst of doing that, they get an awful lot of viewership that they normally wouldn't have, but in addition to that, they also get tons of ad revenue off of people that are there to try and farm drops. However, the majority of the people that are sitting there, quote-unquote, farming those drops aren't actually present. So the ad revenue that is playing to those people doesn't actually get played to people. It's just getting played to a view screen somewhere or a browser tab with an option where there's people that have Twitch extensions and whatnot that automatically collect those drops for them. They never even have to be there, and they get their items anyway. Well, Twitch decided that they're going to try to do something about it, and that is through a Twitch support tweet that they wrote just a few hours ago. Starting today, drops farming won't be allowed on Twitch across all games. While our current community guidelines say you can't cheat Twitch rewards, including drops, there's been some confusion about how we enforce the policy. Drops are a fun way to earn rewards while hanging out with your community and favorite streamers. They can also help streamers build their audiences. We believe drops farming undermines the purpose of drops. Read more in our spam and scams policy. Now, if we go to that, it brings up the spam and scams policy and talks about suspension evasion, spam and scams and what happens, but they don't talk about like disciplinary action in any way, shape, or form. So naturally, this was a massive head scratcher moment for us. We didn't know as content creators, we have no idea what the hell this means. This read like an off-brand, like Walmart-esque version of Sleepy Joe trying to explain something away. Nothing Nothing made sense. Then they decided that they were going to do a follow-up tweet to this 2 hours ago to try and clarify. We've seen some confusion from our announcement. Drops are meant to be earned during live gameplay. As outlined in our Help Center, viewers are eligible to earn drops rewards during live streams by watching their favorite streamers play select games. Viewers cannot earn drops via... Here's something wild. As you saw when I was clicking on that tweet actively disappeared. They deleted it. Twitch support just deleted the tweet and replaced it with this one. Let's try this again. Abusing drops campaigns isn't allowed on Twitch. Drops rewards are meant to be earned during live gameplay with your community, not through streaming unrelated content like static images, rebroadcasts of past VODs/footage, or other scenarios where you are not interacting with your community. Streamers who use VODs or static images, for example, to share drops are misusing the reward system. Viewers can earn drops rewards while watching their favorite streamers play select games. They won't be penalized if the streamer is breaking this policy. Read more on our spam and scams policy and in our help center. So, as it turns out, we know now that the viewer is not going to be directly penalized by Twitch for watching an AFK drop stream. Apparently, that is going to be on the shoulders of the streamer, as it should be. However, I have questions. Nowhere in this policy, when they mentioned it, did they say anything about what those penalties would be for the content creators abusing this system? Secondarily, if let's say they are going to say turn off the drops availability for said streamer that is AFK farming them, in that case, if they turn them off, does that not just then passively end up affecting the viewer? Because the viewers that are trying to collect these tend to not be sitting there actively participating in chat. The majority of them are doing the exact opposite. They're setting up a stream, they end up having an extension on their browser, and then they go AFK for a while and go do whatever else they'd rather be doing while they collect their free items, which sure isn't necessarily the intention of the drop system on that of Twitch, but that's how things have been going. And unless Twitch has some ultra sophisticated AI tech that can block every single Twitch extension that has the possibility of actively collecting drops on other people's behalves, this is how it's gonna go. So if you turn off the drop streams for the AFK streamer, which should be done, by the way, you then passively end up affecting the viewer, which in turn tends to annoy them, and then maybe they don't come back to your content on your page, which granted, that is probably the fault of the content creator to have done that in the first place. Although I think the majority of the time, viewers end up looking at that as like they're doing them a service. But at the end of the day, it boils down to ad revenue. Let's be honest. Advertisers don't want to be paying out ad rev to Twitch for drop streams when 85% of the audience isn't there to watch a streamer that isn't present for a piece of content that doesn't exist or already existed and now is being rehashed a second or a third or a fifth or a 10th time over the course of however many days a drop stream exists for that particular channel. That obviously is a problem. So we need to nip this. Twitch needs to nip this in the bud. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I would rather see it done in a way where it doesn't end up negatively affecting the viewer or their viewership experience. Hopefully, this ends up doing a bit of a culture shift over at Twitch to where we stop seeing people trying to abuse the categories that they are in and absorb all of the passive viewership and milk all of the revenue that they should not be getting from an advertiser that likely does not want to be paying for it, considering they assume that they were paying for people that were there to watch it live. Anyway, guys, that's what I have for this one. Thanks so much for coming and checking it out. I would very much appreciate it if you would consider giving this channel a sub. You guys are the best for sticking around and checking out my stuff. Thank you so very much for lending me your eyeballs, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.